Flosstube friends. I'm Nancy Joy Trower. I'm the stitcher with the laughing face, and this is my special Flosstube series, 12 Days of Christmas Vacation. So Merry Christmas, Happy Boxing Day, actually. Today is December 26th. I didn't film on the 24th because that's when we celebrated as our family. All of the kids went to their other parents yesterday, and Phil and I did absolutely nothing. Nothing. Like, stayed in PJs all day long, binged watch some sci-fi show. That was all we did. Ate leftovers. It was great. Didn't do a gosh darn thing. We were going to go see some lights, and I was like, I don't really feel like getting out of my PJs right now. So we didn't do anything. But it was wonderful. I think everybody needs a day like that after Christmas is over so you can just chill and do nothing. Whether it's New Year's Day or whatever. But I hope you get a day like that. Just sit and do nothing. Oop. Gosh. Sorry. Just kicked. Sorry. Sorry, didn't mean to kick you. I'm filming with my new tripod, which is one thing I asked for Christmas. I used to have like piles of boxes with like an iPad pillow to try to film. But now we're straight at each other, which is great. So loving the little tripod. It's very cute. Happy to get that. And then if you see this giant stack of books over my shoulder, that was my real Christmas haul. Oh, I did get, Max and Sam got me Bill's LED lights that were like Bill's helmets. And the funny thing is that like Sam opened his for me first. So then the boys kind of looked at each other funny and they're like, Mom, go ahead and open that one. It was the same thing. So great minds think alike. Very funny. I also got a cool little snitch ornament from the Harry Potter store from Max and Abby. So that was cool. Of course, you know, at school I got all sorts of lovely treats from friends and students. And then I got this giant pile of books. So the first one is actually from one of my friends at school. There's a bunch of us. We're all like total book nerds and constantly texting each other. And they're very excited that I got this bottom book. Hold on. It's on the bottom. It's from my son and my stepson and daughter-in-law. It's really from my daughter-in-law. It's The Court of Thorn and Roses. She sent a little note on it and said, do not read at school. Yeah, and also my book friends at school and Max's girlfriend are all like, tell me when you read it, because they want to talk about it. So apparently it is very, I don't know, everybody keeps referring to it as very smut. So if that's your thing, you know, we'll see. If you are a book nerd like me, and I know Annie Bees and her daughter are total book nerds. I mean, they named their cats after Redwall and Mossflower, which is a book series by Brian Jacques. So I was like, that's pretty stinking cool. If you are a book nerd, go check out Elizabeth Wheatley. She is hilarious. She does this book goblin persona that is just funny. And I was like, Book Goblin would be very proud of me with my stack of books. And she's an author too. Haven't read any of her stuff yet, but I do intend on checking her out. All right. So hold on. Let me get the rest of my stack here. So all of these were from my dear sweet husband because I gave him a giant list. And he actually bought all of it. So we have The 13th Child. I'm not even sure what this was supposed to be about, but it looked really good from the cover. Yeah. You know, we do judge books by covers. I'm a librarian. I admit I do that. Nora Roberts, Mind Games. Love her stuff. I think she's like 80 something. She's still producing really spectacular books. So this one, I asked for both of them, even though I'd already read the first one, because sometimes you got to have them in hardcover, not just read them on your Kindle. What the River Knows is this really great Egyptian mystery with magic in it. Really enjoyed the first one quite a lot. So the second one is Where the Library Hides. So I can't wait to get into this one as well. But I wanted to have them on my shelf next to each other. Like, they deserve that. Bookshops and Bone Dust. Yeah, pretty cool. High fantasy, first loves, and secondhand books. What else could you ask for? Psyche and Eros. This one I saw this summer, and I've been kind of drooling over it ever since. It's a retelling of, it's Cupid and like the Cupid story. So Psyche and Eros is the Roman names, I think. Tea and Empathy. This is the first in a series. And it just looked really cool. It's Tales of Ridding Village, Book 1. So, a hidden village you might stumble across if you need a home and a fresh start. So, that looks cool. And then Monstrous Knights, Werewolves. How could you? werewolves are cool. So, not ones with sparkly vampires, other werewolves. I used to love that series, and then I kind of got over the whole, I could hurt you, I know you won't, like, shut up enough already. Sparkly vampires, no. 10 points from Gryffindor for sparkling. Or from Hufflepuff, Cedric. So, whole bunch of book jokes in there. Sorry, if you're not a book nerd, just skip ahead. Just skip it. It's fine. It's fine. I did do some reading yesterday. I finished The Christmas Tree Farm. So this is the third in the series. She got really popular on Book Talk, and I know Priscilla actually read the first one, which was the Pumpkin Spice Cafe. Then the second one was the Cinnamon Bun Bookstore, and this was the third one, The Christmas Tree Farm. Bit steamy, just a warning for that, but really nice characters. You can read it without having read the other ones. There are characters who are reoccurring. The male character in this is the brother of the female character from the first book. So it's like a small town. Everybody knows each other. Everybody supports each other kind of thing. But they all... And then the next one's going to be the Strawberry Pancake House. Something like that. So cute little town. But you don't need to know the other stories in order to enjoy the one that you're reading. So... Then I read Christmas in the Country, which is the newest from Kathi Daley in the Inn at Holiday Bay series. So I have read a ton of Kathi Daley stuff. They're kind of like brain candy or popcorn. And you're just, quick, easy reads. Most of them are only about 160 to 170 pages. So they're not very long. But it's the same kind of thing that you get to know the characters like they're your friends. And this series, The Inn, is probably one of my favorite ones. So the main character is an author who had a tragedy in her life, and she moved on across the country and started her own business, bought this beautiful old house and refurbished it as a B&B. So she meets people in the town along the way. They become like family to her. There are people who stay at the inn and then wind up staying in the town, or there's actually one who got a spin-off series. There's the Bistro at Holiday Bay and the Bookstore at Holiday Bay. And so the characters are all kind of not interchangeable, but intermingled, I think is a better word, because they will hop and you'll see one in one story and then they'll be in another. Usually a pretty good mystery that goes along with it. This one had an interesting, the whole inn was booked with people who seemed randomly chosen to have won a trip to the inn for Christmas, but it wasn't random. There was something a little bit deeper into that. So there was a reason they were all invited there. So that was it. And then there was, somebody was like one little mystery, and then there was a murder mystery. Some annoying woman who is a social media diva got murdered. So they were trying to figure that out. So those I finished. So I think that was book 74, which means I have 6 more to go before New Year's Day, because my goal was 80. So I'm closing in on it. So they started this one called Murder with a Hint of Peppermint. The first one was Murder with a Hint of Pumpkin Spice. And so that happened. That was a Halloween story. The main character has inherited her grandmother's bookstore, and of course is trying to make a run of it, meeting people in the cute little town. And I don't think I've even gotten to the murder part yet. I don't think anybody's been murdered in the book yet, but it's pretty good. So I liked the first one. And then the rest of my Kindle, I don't know, because I feel like I have this giant stack, which is so exciting. But my Kindle, if you look, it's like all Christmas books. So I still have a whole bunch of Christmas that I need to be reading because, yeah, it is the season. So we have The Christmas Corpse is one that's coming up. Peppermint Cookie Murder, which is Santa Claus's daughter. Gotta read that one. Christmas at the Castle. Have Yourself a Deadly Little Christmas by Vicki Daley. I love her stuff. I think they're supposed to be set like around where I am because they talk about Western New York and Erie, like Erie and stuff. Jenny Colgan's The Christmas Book Hunt looked like a fun one. So we'll see how far I get. I also have the newest. I'll bring it tomorrow to show you the cover. If you have teens at home, or tweens even, like 10 and up, Disney has a spectacular series. It's The Twisted Tales. And it's basically like, what if? So what if Cinderella didn't try on the glass slipper? What if they didn't get to her? What if Captain Hook took Wendy to Neverland instead of Peter Pan? That's one of them. What if there's a one with the Beast, Beauty and the Beast, where it's Belle's mother is the sorceress who cursed the Beast. So there's a lot of these cool twists, and they're really good. So the one, my favorite is the Rapunzel one. What Once Was Mine. Yeah, I think that's the name of it. And that one is, what if Rapunzel's mother was given the wrong flower? They gave her a moonflower instead of the sunflower. And Rapunzel's hair is like silver, and she doesn't heal people. Like, she actually kills them. But there's a second story within it that I just absolutely love. So that one is spectacular. But they're excellent for those tweens because they're great stories. But they're also okay for middle school kids who aren't ready for high school books yet. So we have all of them. And it's actually one of the ones that when I let 5th graders start checking out from young adult, that's one of the ones that I know I can trust that they will be okay without dating and other things like that. You know, and that's really more for the 8th graders kind of stuff. But they're quite good. Quite good. So if you need a good, sorry, I'm looking at some of the other covers here. Sorry. If you need a good teenager book, like tween book, check out the Twisted Tales. The one that I have sitting in the living room, and I've had it for a while, and I need to finish it so I can take it to school, is the newest one. And it's what it's called Sally's Lament. So all of them, all the titles use a song lyric from the movies. So it's Sally, or in that case, it's Sally's Lament is the title. And it's what if Sally discovered Christmas Town instead of Jack Skellington. So I will read that. I'm hoping to read that one. It's actually a hard copy. I hope to read that. I did watch some Hallmark today. I'm trying to catch up. I watched, I'm actually one of those people who keeps track on their phone with an app. Yeah, I do that. So I read watched Believe in Christmas, where it's like Christmas Town, and I'm halfway or almost through 'Twas the Date. Wait, what is it? 'Twas the Date Before Christmas, where it's a blind date at somebody's like Christmas extravaganza. So I intend on watching some more of that tonight while I sit and stitch, because I need to do that. I actually need to get working on those little prim ornaments to make sure I do have them done for my friends for Epiphany. Maybe it'll be their Epiphany present when we're back at school for a little bit. So I did read, and this morning I FFO'd, and I had so much fun. Although I'm a little, like, nothing's quite centered. I was like, what's going on? Everything's off a little bit. But I'm pretty pleased with how things turned out. So one of the things that I FFO'd is actually something I stitched last year. And if you were watching me from last year, so I know I have a lot of new people. So hi, new people. Thank you so much for being here. If you did watch me last year, though, you'll know that I started my Flosstube. Part of the reason I started it was because I challenged myself to finish 50 projects in my 50th year. And I actually did hit 50, although they kept getting smaller and smaller and smaller as we got to, December 31st. But this was one of the things that I stitched last year. So this is the Gingerbread Kisses and Christmas Wishes from Primrose. And I stitched on Vintage Country Mocha. I'm sure it's 28 count because that's like my thing, 28. 32 is a bit of a stretch for me. And when I do the 40 for my Go Tell It on the Mountain, I will have that's the first time I'm ever going to do 40. So the cute little board I picked up at our Dollar General, and I'm wondering if I can find more of them. I thought about putting washers and magnets on it, and I was like, nah, but it is pretty cute. So I might have to either rip the sucker off there or go find more. But I like the shape of it, that it's very cute, and it has a little bit of distressing to it. So I just used some green rickrack. I had some little pieces of greenery. I actually cut them off of a wreath that I had, I bought a wreath with that intention of like using the little sprigs for crafty stuff. A couple little berries, and then this little is actually a little teeny tiny ornament, and that one from Hobby Lobby. I got them in a set, which is why there's holes in their heads, but it's all right. So put him in the middle here, and this one is to cover the fact that the rickrack did not quite match up in the corner as much as I would have liked it to. So there is a button or a little ornament covering it. So this is going to go in my kitchen because my kitchen is all gingerbread, and I'm really, really quite pleased with how that turned out. It's very cute. Very happy with that. So next, put that there. I finished the Cardinal Cardinal wreath from Tiny Modernist, and I did it in the Joy, I don't know what you call it. It's not really a frame, like the Joy decoration from Hobby Lobby. I picked this up last year after Christmas, but when your middle name is Joy, you get everything that says Joy. It's kind of, I think it's a requirement. So, so this was done on 30, I think it's 36, maybe. I don't know. It's Heartland, which I purchased, for a big Teresa Kogut piece, and this was like the little remnant. So it wound up being pretty tiny, but I think it's perfect because you can actually see it. Like, this is pretty deep. If you look at it, it's like an inch. That's about an inch thick. So to have something that would have been all the way out to the edge, it would have been hard to see it. And so I just cut a circle of sticky board, glued it on there, and then I used some of my scrapbooking paper and just cut another circle to cover up on the back. So this is going to go out with my cardinals. Very excited for that as well. Then I worked on my pink Christmas roundabouts from Priscilla and Chelsea, and these are the ones that none of them came out like centered, and I was like, erg. But with the linen, it's kind of hard to reposition it once you hot glue it. So this is done on 28 count linen from black chalkboard linen from Weechelt, and I mounted it on sticky board and then put black paper on the sticky board and then glued this on, because otherwise you can see this. There's something about the sticky that you can see the sticky through the fabric more than you can just if it was a piece of white paper. So then I have this little pink bead that I put around the edge. And then I ruched this ribbon that I got from Walmart. I only had enough to do the 3. So I'm going to have to go see if Walmart has any more, because I think this was lovely. Just very delicate and dainty, and it's perfect for my little pink tree. And the beads actually are on some ornaments that are on the tree already I did years ago. And then for the back of these, I also just used some scrapbooking paper that I had in my stash, because I have quite the scrapbooking paper stash. And I'm going to use it in my finishing for cross-stitching stuff. Like, it's one of those things, it's like, oh, I'm going to save that for someday and use it for something. Why? Why are we saving it? Why are we saving the fabric? Why are we saving the floss? Use it, right? You got to use it up. Enjoy it. So there's Better Not, or What Fun. And I do want to do a bunch of other ones. I think it would be fun to add to this tree every year. Maybe not putting the vintage, I want to do the sideways strippers too, but I don't think they'll fit on there. I need a bigger tree. Don't tell my hubby. There's Cookie Baker. And then this is the freebie that came with Cookie Baker, but I switched out. They had it charted as Happy Holidays. I changed it to Merry Christmas, but I love the quilty stars. I think that's so stinking cute. So these are going to go back. I had them on the tree already this afternoon, and they're going to go back up there in just a little bit. And then the last thing that I FFO'd today was from Emily Call. I did Jolly. So here is Jolly in its velvet frame. So, I mean, it's not perfect because it's a little bit more room at the top and the bottom, and I had to be careful not to stretch it too hard. I didn't want the blue on the sides right up to the edges of it. This is on 32 count ice blue. I don't know who dyed it, but I think it might have been Weechelt. I'm not really 100% sure. I used my own color and cotton conversion, sort of. So it's color and cotton, Bing Cherry for his coat, Hunter for the blue, which I just love that variegation in there. And then this is Blushing Beauty from Classic Colorworks. Cherry Tomato for Classic Colorworks, and the ribbon and on his cheeks. And then the green is a DMC that I think is $9.86. And then the white and the black is what she called for. Oh, and the yellow, which I think is $7.20 something. $7.28, I think. Now, I'm thinking, I was like, it kind of needs a little something else. But I don't want to put anything on this frame. I mean, I don't want to glue something to it because it's red. I could use it for Valentine's Day too. I mean, that would be pretty awesome for that. But I did think it needed like a little something else. So I thought about kind of leaning, because this is going to go on a bookshelf. I don't know, maybe this one's too big. But I thought about just kind of leaning the pick on there to give it a little more oomph. But not to, like I said, I'm not going to attach it. I would just kind of like lean it on top so that it kind of just added a little bit to it while it was sitting on the shelf. And that's going to go with my Santa decorations. Now, the only thing that I've stitched on, because I didn't stitch very much yesterday with our marathon of Sanctuary. Yeah, it's an old show. It has Amanda Tapping in it, who is famous for Stargate SG-1. But I did do some stitching today. We watched Black Panther 2 because Vince had to watch it for school, actually. So I've got Santa outlined, his coat. I did the gray up here so I could do his white hat or his beard all around and maybe get started on a hat. Although I think I'm going to be playing chicken with what I have left of Bing Cherry. Bing Cherry. So I outlined his coat. I can do the coat and then I'll do the hat and see, you know, if I need to do like just plain 8/16 for his hat, then that's what will happen. But I plan on working on him a little bit more today. Although there is football on tonight, so I will probably be working on one of the Pinker and Pumpkin Prim ornaments. I have those right here. So these are, I've been working on making these for my friends at work. So I have, there's peace and love and faith and home. So I still need to make a bunch more of those to give to my friends. And it might, like I said, it might be Epiphany. But those are pretty quick. And honestly, in working on those again this year, I feel like I have gotten faster because I was thinking about, you know, how much time it took me to do these last year. And I, like, especially on the home one, it's a lot of just filling in the house. It seemed to go much faster this year. So I'm like, oh, that's a good thing. Getting a little faster. So that's what I did today. Besides doing a little tidying, you know, trying to get all the wrapping paper corralled and put that away. Tomorrow I do have to actually leave the house and do some errands. I'm probably actually going to do some more baking because I didn't get all of it done. And I do have several dear friends that we usually give plates of cookies to at this time of year. So I want to make sure I have enough. We are going to see my brother and my sister-in-law on Sunday. And so I want to have a tin of cookies for them and one for each of my niece and nephew. Plus, I only have 2 kinds of cookies for Max and Abby that are vegan. And there were 2 more that I wanted to try to make. So maybe, well, tomorrow's Friday already. So I'll do some baking tomorrow, maybe some on Saturday to make sure that I have plenty for everyone. And I do have a couple other little things around the house. Like I need to clean my bookcase so I can put all of my new books in it in my bedroom. I actually have some quilting that needs to get done. That's Halloween because it was for Jordan and Jake's wedding. So there's lots of little things. Oh, and I have to work on the basement. Definitely need to work on the basement. Because it's still kind of a mess from when I brought everything up here because not all of it fit. There's still stuff down there that I have to figure out where it's going. So that's some of the things that'll wind up happening in the next couple of days. But I hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you are relaxing. And thank you so much for stopping by to see what I've been up to. I so appreciate all of the new viewers who came over after Jess mentioned my Sal, Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher. And I talked about the Sal in the last video. It's called Little Something Sal. And I got the idea because I wanted to motivate myself for 2025 without being incredibly strict. I tried to do the 24 and 24 last year, picked out all the projects, had everything in bags, and I made it to March because there were new things coming out all the time. And you know what your plans change. So I went with something that you could kind of have like a theme for each week and then choose what you wanted within that theme. So it wasn't quite so planned out like to the letter already, but it still will help me do different things. So the first week is, sorry, I just thought like, oh yeah, I meant to put it up here last time. The first week is, something old. So working on a whip that you've had around. And I'm going to work on something that's not seasonal. I have a couple of those that I'd really like to do. So something old. Week 2 is something new. Whether it's a new start from my stash or something that I've seen. Because, you know, all those designers keep coming out with awesome, beautiful things. And it's like, oh, I want that. Oh, that's right. I have haul. Hold on. And then the third week will be something festive. So it could be Christmassy, could be whatever holidays coming up. You know, I'm sure in February I'll work on Valentine's Day stuff. And then the fourth week is something boo. So something fall or Halloween. And then if there is a fifth week, I can do whatever I want in that space. So something old, something new, something festive, something boo. And I am going to do a Facebook group, but I'm probably going to get that started Monday or Tuesday, right before the new year starts. I do have a little bit of haul before you head off, because there were some sales that I saw on Etsy. Etsy, I mean, it's so bad sometimes. It's like, ooh, look at that, pretty. So, I've never heard of this designer before, but it's called Happy Mood Point. And Brittany, oh no, wait. No, it's Happy Mood Point is the name of the designer. And I saw this very sweet little basket with the Cardinals come up. And I was like, ooh, that's really cute. So I liked that. And then when I looked at it, they were on sale. She was having a sale. So I think these three, I think they cost me like $10 for 3 patterns. There's this super cute, what do they call this one? Mary Quaker. So like a little mini Quaker. And then there was another Santa one with a little reindeer. So I picked up these 3. And then I saw another sale. This house came up in my Etsy feed. And I just thought it was the cutest thing with the way the Nordic pattern down here. And it's kind of in the house too. You can see it there. And this was on sale. And then it's from My Lovely Embroidery, which I think she is also not... I think she's also from Europe someplace. But I thought that the house was super cute. And the pattern's actually really detailed. It's like 7 pages or something. But she had a sale. They were on sale, and then it was buy 3, get 30% off. So I got these 3 for like $7. This one I had to have. Because how often do you actually see the female cardinal in the things? And I was like, that's awesome. And you know I have a thing about cardinals. And then look at the cute little snowman. This will have to be done on Sparkly Ada. Sparkly. Very, so stinking cute. And like I said, the pattern's pretty detailed, so very easy to follow. I also printed out, because I love Pinker and Pumpkin, and I want to do so many of her salt boxes. This is her new one for this year. It's a cardinal house, and I just thought it was very sweet. So I printed that out too. She started putting pictures on her, on the pattern, or at least on the sheet where you get all of the floss colors, which is really awesome because her stuff is free. And that's just amazing that she just gives it to us. So cool. So that's what I was up to today. I did accidentally, I shouldn't have opened as many envelopes as I did. I have this great 12 Days of Christmas bag from Jessica at the Stitching Corner. And today is really like the 5th day of my Christmas vacation if you don't count Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. So what was in the 5th bag, which I already opened, but it was Bent Creek Rise and Shine, and it's the whole kit for it. So it came with this beautiful fabric. I'm pretty sure it's Country Mocha. Vintage Country Mocha. You can't really see the modeling there, sorry. And it came with all the floss in the cute little bags. And it even came with some Bowen tapestry needles, which I have not tried. So I'm looking forward to using those too. So tomorrow I'll open envelope number 6. I am very curious to see what's in there. It's very fun. And hopefully I will have some more stitching to show you, some more books to tell you about. And thank you so much for stopping by. So have a good day. Happy Boxing Day. And I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye.